This is the final tour battle between Beef, Red, and Orange Piton. Orange Pete is Dirk and Beef is Turn. And actually I practiced some start moves with Zerg, but they are really hard to do because you need to be so really damn fast. So, but
Yeah.
you'll see that. Beef is doing Marines and bunkers.
And 2 bunkers, mech heroes.
See, I'm not getting it. The start build would be 2 Hydralisk, 1 Lair, and 1 Hive and 1 Ultralisk. But I didn't get the Ultralisk. You saw that, and now I made a wrong move to kill the Hive first. So, anyways, it's okay. This strategy I actually do in this one, Frosty. I wanted you to do because it's a pretty easy strategy with Zerg. Um, I'm taking the control early in this game. With Swarm, you see that? I have the Defiler
Yeah,
out.
good quick Defiler rush.
Yes, on the second spawn or third or something. Really good.
220 into the game and Swarm.
Yeah.
It's tough to go against the Kerrigans and Ultra on that Swarm. Firebats are good, but still low damage against a heavy unit like the Ultra.
Ultralisk.
But it is the only choice he can do right now under that Swarm. So
yeah, and the Lurker also really does good damage against the Firebats.
definitely. Yeah, good first Zerg push here by Pete. Really dynamic and strong. Small and efficient, which we see a lot from Pete's play style. Every building you build has a purpose.
Yeah.
So Beef just pumping out his Firebats right now, countering that early Swarm. Kind of all he can do, try to get maybe a tank stack going, which does hit under the splash, but not on a Lurker. But we'll see if he gets a tank going here soon or not, or continues with this kind of mixed match of Firebat support push.
And I have the first evolution chamber out. So this infantry will be even weaker.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you made the battlecruiser with this swarm, it wouldn't be that good.
That's a good. That's a tough early push build for a Terran to defend.
It is.
There's not much you can do there.
Well, tank is an option, and
yep. Try to just get a tank stack going with the Firebats, but immediately you have to address that swarm. Saving up for a tank is 1240 plus 56 for the upgrade siege research. So
yeah.
I mean, immediately you're thinking quick, cheap. You do Firebats, which isn't your best option. Maybe try to kill and get to that tank when you can. But good push by Pete here. But Beef hanging in there a little bit.
He is struggling, I'm sure. But Beef actually won the second
but his
game.
units are. Mm-hmm.
Notice I don't have Hive, I only have the Lair, the Lurker.
Right.
Because the Lurker is just so good with the Swarm. So that's why I have the Lurker. And the Evolution Champions, I'm gonna add up more of those. I'm pretty sure I didn't upgrade any of the Hydralisk or Circling upgrades at all, because I had the plan to just do Evolution Champion Mass in some ways, so I didn't upgrade the Hydralisk and the Circlings. Saving 300 is multiplied by 2 is 600 is definitely worth it. It has a point of not doing it.
Here's that Lurker doing some damage with the Fire Bats there, kind of holding off the push.
Yeah.
So why not two layers there, Pete, and have 2 times Lurker?
Because the Lurker AI is I could have 2. It wouldn't be bad, but the Lurker AI works best with 1. It actually because I can't center the location on differentiate each Lurker from each other. Hence I made a max on 2 Lurkers, and also the triggers in the map I specialized for Lurker being good. They only work on 1 Lurker. So I have them burrow when enemies are near, and I have them unburrow when there's no enemies near. Those Lurker triggers is I tested a lot of stuff, but this just seems to, they are really hard to make good, those Lurkers. Any map maker of StarCraft is having problems with the Lurkers, because they need to be idle to burrow, and how to make a Lurker idle is to move it on the spot it is already. So if you order the Lurker to move to where it is, then it becomes idle. You know, if it's already there and it's being ordered to move to where it is, then it becomes idle and it will actually burrow. So, but since I cannot differentiate between 1 and 2 Lurkers, then the AI on the Lurker actually works best on 1. The second Lurker just using the other units orders, so it doesn't burrow as good as the 1, but that's why I'm using 1.
Right.
But
so there you have it. And
but the second Lurker will burrow when being attacked. You know, from other Desert Strike maps, units X when being attacked. So the second Lurker can be good as well, but I only made the AI for 1 Lurker, so that's why I'm only using 1.
So just a lot of Fire Bats going down here. Now he's killed off, switching up to tanks. Was just trying to hold on with mass Fire Bats there against that swarm until he can get up to his 5th gas, get that 3rd Magellan. That's going to take some economy. So now we are seeing the siege. Hopefully he's working on a stack here, sacrificing the Fire Bats and just going marine biomass, trying to get a meat shield just to protect the tanks, see if he can get a tank stack, which will probably work in his favor even with that swarm there. So we'll see if Beef can hold here and get this tank stack going in time.
It's my 4th evolution chamber.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. That's a really high high number of Tor and HP out on the field right now. So yeah, Beef getting kind of just surrounded by that, but he's got to build up to the tank stack, so he can. Good amount of tanks on the field now on Beef's spawn.
Yes.
And he's got this cannon for protection. If Pete doesn't get a good swarm here, Beef can easily hold and push back here.
I actually was a bit in doubt late game because these evolution champion mass is getting weak against the tank and the mass in general late game. But it's
and there's a good swarm for Beef. Yep. Good swarm for Beef there, or for Pete, excuse me.
And the Hydralisk just moves in under the swarm in case Terran had air, like battle cruisers. It's clear to see that it wouldn't be really good because the Hydralisk is moving under the swarm as well.
Two good swarms there for Pete. That's going to be tough to hold here for Beef and push, but his tanks are still stacking a little bit here. We'll see if they're able to hold through this or not. They're retreating to the cannon. Oh, it's so close. It's going to be so close if you can get a tank stack here.
They are not stacking. This spawn I have now is really strong at mid game. And we both at 4 gas, and I've used my investment, so I'm a little bit ahead. But I'm not taking that cannon at all. And that worries me a bit.
Yeah, but eventually Beef will just stack up here, it looks like, unless you decide to pursue that cannon.
I'm taking the 5th gas.
Yep, and this is also allowing Beef a chance to use his investment and try to get to his 5th gas here as soon as he can. So a little bit of a stalemate. You're not really pushing Beef. He's holding well here. And Beef able to come out and just kind of delay this swarm, Pete's swarm coming at him right now. Get into those cannons, but not really able to push quite through those cannons yet. So here we see another good tank stack from Beef. And then his cannons will just absorb what's left of Pete's initial spawn there. So Beef can push out of this. Good, massive amount of tanks on the field now. We'll see how Pete responds.
Yeah, normal Terran is really strong at this point. Having this stack this way is really good for Terran. So Terran is strong at this point.
Two good Defiler swarms there. And Pete's able to hold off and just push right back. It's going to look like. However, these tanks are stacking out more and more each spawn here. If we can get his Marines there in time, Beef has a good chance of pushing through here. And it looks like his tanks are going to hold another good stack here from Beef, just slowly but surely pushing out of this swarm, just coming at him from Pete. And Beef was able to get to his 5th gas here.
Yes.
Pete had a delay on his 5th with a instant spawn in hand. Scan there, addressing those Kerrigans and that work. And it looks like the tank stack's going to hold here now. Beef's going to be able to push back here and get past that halfway mark, get a little extra income, get on that cannon.
to me, winning Terran with Zerg is really hard.
It is. I agree.
But those Hydralisk under the swarm shooting out on the infantry just works so good. Even being hit by a tank splash, those Hydralisk under the swarm just doing some good damage. And the Duran as well. I don't know, I'm not using the Sunkens in this game much because Sunkens and Evolution Chambers doesn't combo that good. Those infested Terrans just killing off your towers is not good.
Yeah.
So I'm holding him off from having a big stack. That's really important for Zerg because if he stacks up at my cannon, a boom will be wasted.
Yeah, definitely.
So I
But a
defended
good
off.
tank stack here and push nonetheless by Beef.
Just notice that swarm, how good it is. Even I only have one defiler.
Yeah, good hold here from Pete. Just not letting Beef get past that halfway marker. So we're just seeing a mixture of bio, fire bats, and siege tanks trying to hold off that swarm and push this melee heavy Pete swarm. Lings, Tauras, Ultras, Kerrigans, Lurker, real strong. Two really good swarms again for Pete.
I've added up more hives, the Kerrigans.
It looks like he's going to be able to hold off that initial tank stack and push out by Beef. Yep.
And I have 4 Sunkens to hopefully take out the cannon, but I don't think that will happen though.
Yeah, you never know though. They're nice thrown in there because all you need is one to hit, and you get the cannon burning. And with the amount of lings you have there, kind of distracting the cannon, you never know. Infested could sneak in there.
I'm definitely getting close on the cannon, but no infested.
Yep.
And Beef now have Paratrooper level 1.
Which I'm surprised he didn't go Vessel first with the swarm issue.
Yeah, Vessel with Irradiate is really good against Zerg, so that's often what I would do. At least having 5 science vessels.
Right.
I'm on 6 gas and Beef is taking his 6 gas in a minute, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty choppy, Pete.
Laggy?
Yeah, maybe I should just download the replays from you and try streaming from my end tomorrow or something.
We can do that with the next one. Maybe I speed it up one notch. Sometimes it helps.
Yeah. I just want out here from Pete.
And Beef is with his push. I'm still with 3 booms.
And both at 6 gas. No special upgrade yet from either player. And now Beef on top of Pete's silo here. Taking a little damage. That swarm's still holding off a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm adding up hives, and soon I'll add a lot more evolution chambers against these marines and firebats.
Yep, and you've killed off your sunkens now for the hives.
If Beef had won this one, he had won the final, because Beef wins the next game. Even I played the second game really good, Beef actually wins that one. So and me with a boom, Beef still with 3 booms. So and I took this 7 gas. And I'm doing some damage on the generator.
Yep.
But still not much. Beef doesn't have a dispel on swarm, so I keep the swarm here.
Yeah, you could almost add even more defilers now.
Yeah, it would be
Kinda
okay.
make him get it.
It would be good, but I don't know. I just use 1 because 2 is. I would use 3. If not 1, I would use 3 defiler buildings. But
Yeah. So good hold there from Beef on his cannons. Still not in the burning yet. So those are going to hold 2 really good swarms right here, though, for Pete.
and Beef is on his 7th gas as well. So we're both full gas this game.
Yep. Pete with 1 upgrade on the special. And Beef at 0. Still. This is a tough spawn to go against. I think Beef's doing a great job on holding out a little bit. Now we're seeing some vessels come in. Good tank stack and support now. It's a pretty massive Terran spawn to have to push every time.
Yeah. This is the point where Terran is really strong. So, but I think I'm aware of he's able to stack slow at this point. So it's not that bad for me.
So it looks like a good hold and push here from Beef at his kind of stacking point. But that's going to come in as a double tidal wave against Pete now. So we'll see how Pete's spawn responds here. Good swarm right there. That's really, that'll definitely help this push.
Yeah.
And give Pete a better chance of holding here. And still just the one defiler, but he's just getting some really good placements on the swarms. Pete up to level 3 now in the Nidus Worm, and now we are seeing the Magellan upgrades started from Beef.
That will be good for Beef.
Yeah.
But I think I'm at least like 2k minerals ahead. With all the midpoint bonus I've had throughout the game, and maybe even more, but at least 2k, maybe 3k minerals I'm ahead. So if I wasn't ahead on this, I'm pretty sure Terran would be so strong at this point. But so I'm actually holding off his push a bit and just adding up those evolution chambers.
Yep, and we're seeing some turrets, some hero BCs from Beef here, getting that just strong HP, really strong attack up there, and getting those stacking to push this tidal wave of units on top.
Go tour.
But
Yeah.
good surround here from Beef, and good hold.
Wife just came, she's going out, so what did you just say? I just got a bit behind here. You said something about turrets?
Yeah, just saying Beef added in some hero ECs there with the turrets.
And looking on the minimap, it just looks like Terran is about to push. In my opinion, he has the stack on his side.
Yeah.
But how many evolution chambers I have? I don't know. 4, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 evolution chambers. So
It's quite a bit.
yeah, it is. It's 14k minerals. That's a lot of hydralisk and circlings if I wanted that instead. So I have a pretty small mass, but it's very strong instead of being big. But this small strong heroes is just weak against those tank stack. But they do okay. And Beef with a massive amount of marines.
Yeah, really.
Just trying to shield up off his siege tank. If I didn't have those Kukulsas, hero guards, these marine shield stack would be so hard on Zerg with the siege tank.
So now we're seeing the greater spires coming down by Pete with the support of the Spore Mutas. It's a good hold, good initial wave to hit, but Beef just a massive unit count behind them. Still kind of a lot of units to push through, so a bit of a stalemate at the moment here. You just saw Beef is still just at the first level of Magellan, not even thinking about that swarm, or concerned about it rather.
And Beef still not with the spell on the Magellan. So I keep the Swarm, but at this point the Swarm is actually not so good for me, with the guards doing 0 damage in the Swarm. But
Right.
But I keep it a bit.
Yeah, Beef might be thinking that he's expecting you to kill it off soon, so he's just not even going to bother spending the money. Maybe.
Yeah, I think he will make the dispel on the Magellan just very late.
But he is holding and pushing ever so slowly without it, so just keeping his unit count up, because even if there's Swarm or not, you know, it's still all those Marines, it's a lot to kill through. So a good hold here, and a little bit of it looks like it's going to be a pushback for Beef.
It's close game, this one.
Yeah, what a good battle.
I didn't really do the best Zerg I have, but I wanted to do several strategies in the final, so not doing the same build over and over.
Right.
So I wanted to make this evolution strategy, which can be really good as well. Maybe more easy than to have maxed Sunkens and max Hydralists and Circlings with Spores. This evolution chamber has more power in the mid game than Sunkens and Hydralists and Circlings. But in the end game, the Sunken plus mass and Spores just is a bit stronger than this evolution strategy. And Beef with 3 booms. I only have 2 left, so and Beef is stacking up now. We both on 4 special speed. And I'm adding up some more Kukulsas. And Beef has added some raids. Beef doesn't really have much battlecruiser. He has a few. That's okay. I'm actually pushing back a little.
Yeah.
And Beef just taking his 5th nuke level.
Yeah, just kind of knowing it's going to go to end game specials, and the stalemate is this slow and this even. You just got to kind of get your special to the highest level you can and just hope for the best with that.
Yeah. Definitely not a bad choice. I'm a bit in front on the Westbeam gas, so
yeah. But that 5th level just is so fast.
It is.
It's definitely
It is
it's
fast,
definitely worth
but
it.
it also costs 3k gas, and
Right,
it has 100 seconds of gas delay on it, so
right.
it it takes a long to get on that fast speed, but
Yeah,
of course it can be worth it. So
yeah. So Beef's still trying to take that silo. Pete doing a good job of delaying the progress and kind of holding. That swarm is still there. We're still seeing level 1 from Beef. So just that push is ever so slow, I think, because of those 1 or 2 swarm clouds you're getting every spawn still.
yeah. I'm fighting to hold off the push here from Beef.
Hmm.
But I'm not in a bad situation because Cirque spawn will be strong again. Late game. Cirque spawn is kind of strong. Uh, Even too strong at beginning and weak at mid game and strong again late game. So I'm just waiting up for the end game time to arrive.
Hmm. Guard's doing some good damage now. Their attack
Yeah,
line past the swarm now, so they're just hitting those Marines. And their Kuku's a guard, so they just explode those Marines in 1 or
one hit.
2 shots.
Yeah,
46 damage. And good hold there from Pete. Got the hero guard stack, and here come the greater Spire Devourers now. That's a good hold and pushback from a really strong Terran push from Beef there.
I'm pretty sure I'm taking the level 5th nuke really soon as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. And I have like 8 hives and 15 evolution chambers and some spores and greater spies. So I have a small amount of strong units.
Yeah. But very strong and effective.
It is effective in this game at least. And now Beef with the Dispel and the Magellan. I don't know if I'm aware of this yet, so I'm probably not.
Could be a good boom from Beef here, and a really strong push now. With 1.5 spawn coming at him, Pete.
Yeah.
So the Devourers with the Hunter Killer combination is very powerful. The Devourers, of course, not only do initial damage here, but also for that next spawn.
Yeah.
As the spores collect.
And I still have the Defiler. but I remember me killing it, so I must. I probably use the panda, the vision, really soon to check his Magellan,
Yeah.
because I'm gonna kill that defiler. Even plague with this wouldn't be good because I have these strong units, so if I plague my own units it would be really bad.
Right.
So better to kill all the defilers fully.
Good hold and push here from Beef. For now.
How did you lose Terran, Frosty?
I just panicked. I did it against Beef too. I just didn't build my normal build I wanted to do because I just knew I think everyone was a little more into it than I was, but everyone was watching replays and everyone's build style, so I just got caught mixed in a couple different builds and didn't play my normal game. I just got a little nervous in the tournament for some reason.
But this build I made just now, I wanted you to do because it doesn't take a lot to do. You don't need to be fast, and
Yeah.
you just need to add those evolution chambers and hives and the good air. Then the Zerg spawn will be very strong. Maybe not the strongest output, but at least it won Beef here, so it's not weak. It definitely has some counters for Terran, but Beef is not using it, so I'm on the good side. And here I kill the Defiler. I'm ready to do it. I see he has the spell on the Magellan. I'm pretty sure. So
Yep.
yes, I'm killing it right now.
And a hive.
Getting off spores, I think.
Yep, killed off the Defiler and a hive to build off a couple more spores here. Killing off a Hydra Den now to add to that spore count.
3 spores to max out the Kukulsa heroes. And me with a boom. And that's more or less game, because now I just push here. And we are on same gas amount. Beef is like 600 ahead, but that won't make him win the game by using spec.
Right, he does have 2 booms left.
And he will use them.
Yeah.
That small amount of units, just so heavy.
Very strong.
Look how fast it kills the enemies. It's just really hard damage output on the stack. Just one thin line of Hydralisk, Hunter Killers. It's not Hydralisk, it's Hunter Killers, so they do a lot more damage with the Kukulsa Guards. Just heavy damage, and now the Kukulsa Mutalisk. The raids are only doing 50% damage against the hero Mutalisk. So raids is not the best choice here against those. And I have the Devourers against the battle cruisers. So, and the Hunter Killers just eating up those battle cruisers fast as well. So heavy push here if you see it.
I would think Beef would kill off all the, the Marines, the barracks, and put out engineering bays or something stronger.
That's the way to beat the strategy of evolution chambers. You need
Yeah.
to counter it with engine base and Goliaths.
And they do so well against the Muta heroes as well.
Yeah. But Beef doesn't have the base. Not, at least not enough at all. Too many Marines. Too weak against the Evolution Chambers and Propulsors. So... but Beef doesn't know this, so I thought, well, why not go this strategy? So, but I'm well aware that engine base will be really strong against this spawn I have. And I took down the generator.
Yep.
And Beef with a boom.
There's the first boom.
I would say that he boomed a little too late. He should have left some units so he would stack at the silo point of him.
Yeah.
Instead of units meeting at the middle point. It's too far travel for the battle cruisers and the mass. But it's also a weaker point of stacking for me, but still better for him to leave a little bit of units.
Right.
But some players would say, why leave any units? You can boom them all. But it does have an effect where and when you meet the units in the battlefield.
Yeah.
And see again here, heavy push from me. Beef is like 10k of minerals behind in pushing this with Marines. I'm pretty sure if he had more engine base and less raids, less Marines, he would have a good chance of pushing this back. So this is more or less game. Beef will have his third boom and I will push again. So that's GG for me and Beef. First game here.
Yep, good game, good battle.
Yeah, I played it good. Had some good moves at least, you must say.
Yeah. I mean, usually when I play online, my strategy is exactly this: hives, evolution chambers, spores. But for some reason I just got nervous for my tournament games and didn't do that, and just mixed in too many weird things and made a couple dumb mistakes. But very strong Zerg spawn.
It is very strong. I know a way to counter it with Terran, as I said, so it's not the strongest output that you can do with Zerg, but definitely good against most Terran players.
And I'm surprised Beef didn't kill off and try to rebuild anything, because he lost about 3 or 4 pushes there in a row with that same build now.
Yeah, so why not try and switch up his build? I'm thinking the same. He should at least try something different. When he lost the initial push after his last boom, then he should try switch it up some more.
And it looks like he is now. Now killing
and doing raids, but it's too late because he doesn't have any booms left now.
Yeah.
So with me having this initial stack. Even if he did the right changes on his spawn, it wouldn't be enough because I've stacked so much now.
Yeah.
So it's too late for changing up the army after the last boom. You need to do that before the last boom.
Well, a good game. It was a fun one to watch. Definitely a good battle.
Yeah, so Zerg can definitely defeat Terran here. Has some good powers to do so at least.
Mm-hmm.
Steve thought he had me, and it really looked a lot like it, because Terran's so strong mid game.
Yeah. Good game. And Beef just throwing down a special here. Just to delay for fun.
Yeah, it's I will do special as well.
Oh, and it didn't get there. Good game. All right, Dennis, give me a second, okay?